Well, central bank officials have also begun decommissioning the 1-cent coin, better known as the penny. It was last Friday, January 31st, when central bank officials began to stop issuing the 1-cent coin and start the process of removing the coin from circulation. Now, central bank officials will use the remainder of 2020 to redeem supplies of the penny. Joining us live to provide more answers on this topic is the central bank's deputy manager for currency, Jermaine Campbell. Good evening, Mr. Campbell. Thanks so much for joining us on the Bahamas tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, Mr. Campbell, why did the central bank decide to embark on decommissioning the penny?
Well, over time, and I guess to simply put, the 1-cent coin is now costing us, and it has been costing us for quite some time, more to produce the coin than its actual value. And so, in actuality, it's costing taxpayers in excess of $400,000 annually to have this 1-cent coin. The coin over the years has lost its purchasing power and value, and so it's just good governance, good prudent sense to remove this denomination from our suite of circulation coins.
Well, Mr. Campbell, can businesses still accept the pennies? When do they stop, and how is the cash now rounded without the penny?
Okay, so up until December 30th, 2020, businesses, the 1-cent coin can still be used as a medium of exchange. And so businesses can still accept the 1-cent coin. Now, what we have allowed businesses to, for those that decide not to accept the 1-cent coin, they have to round. And that rounding process in its simplest form means that the general public will see a difference of no greater than 2%, either a 2% gain or a 2% loss on the rounding.
Well, the big question, Mr. Campbell, is with value-added tax, how can those prices be calculated without the penny? Say I purchased something for $4.61.
Well, that's simple. So there are two methods being used. In the case of electronic payments, debit cards, credit cards, or checks, no rounding takes place, and so the customer will pay to the penny. In the case of cash payments, then this is where the rounding takes place.
Now, how can businesses offer consumers a refund ending with a penny?
Well, again, this is where the rounding comes into effect, because as long as customers are paying by an electronic means, then there's absolutely no rounding required. If a rounding is required, then the vendor ought to pay the customer to the nearest 5 cents, whether that's rounded down or rounded up.
Mr. Campbell, I know many people who have collected thousands of pennies. What do they do with them now?
In very short order, and we're inviting the public to stay tuned to the central bank website, our Facebook page, but in very short order, the central bank will be putting out into the public the dispensers to allow the public to deposit or redeem these 1-cent coins, as well as the other Bahamian coin denominations. And so I would say this: there's no need for panic. The public doesn't have to rush to the commercial banks and worry about packaging the coins, rolling the coins. They can just hold on for a short while, and the central bank will get back with our partner locations where these coins can be redeemed.
Mr. Campbell, when does the penny program end, and what happens when the program does end?
Well, the important dates to note are December 30th, 2020. On this date, so from today until December 30th, 2020, customers can still use the 1-cent coin as a medium of exchange. On December 31, 2020, the 1-cent coin is demonetized, which means it's no longer legal tender. But also between this point and June 30th, 2021, customers and the public will be allowed to redeem the 1-cent coin at the partner locations that will be identified by the central bank.
Great information, Mr. Campbell. Thanks so much for joining us on the National Report.
Thank you so much.